nom, 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 nom.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in to another edition of the Sack City Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Vinny Milani, joined as always by my best friend in the whole entire world, Aaron the Mukesiah Mukes. And below us, we have the smoothest voice in sports casting, good old Dylan Kearns. It is a beautiful June 10th evening here in the city. Episode 40 is about to kick off, and we are diving into some Dynasty talk and a Dynasty mock draft on tonight's show. Dylan, how goes it, buddy?
It goes. I'm excited, great things. I'd like you to go back to yourself on this one because I want to know how you're doing after the Rangers lost last night.
I'm living my best life. It's a 7-game series for a reason, and they have one more shot to get the job done. And like I said to you before, the Rangers are playing with house money, so anything that they do here, I'm okay with. It'll be hard when they lose to Tampa on Saturday, but I digress. Thank you for bringing up these bad memories. But what?
You're always doing it. You're always saying all these bad things about your team. That's why I went to you, because I asked. I mean, genuinely, we never ask Vinny how he's doing. He always asks us. And I thought about you as a Rangers fan last night.
We don't care. We don't care.
I'm not the talent here. I'm not the talent here. No, it does not matter how I'm doing. I'm not the talent.
Do they ever ask in live television how the producer's doing?
They need love.
I don't think I've ever heard Matthew Berry ask Field Yates how he's doing, to be completely honest. So
when I called games for USCB, whenever I was sitting there next to my producer Trey, I brought up his name every chance I could. They need love. Everyone needs to know the work that they do that goes into everything too. So that's why I went to you, Vinny. You deserve it, man.
Well, I put a lot of work into tonight's show to try and stump you guys on our trivia that'll kick off tonight's show. But how is Georgia life treating you over there, Aaron?
It's good, man. Much better. Much, much better. This is not a shithole I'm in. It smells good in here. I don't have any friends anymore. Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Schluey. They're all still back at the in-town suites or whatever that was called.
Actually, it looks like there's a cat behind you, but it's not. I would assume that isn't a cat. To your over, no, your other side over, yeah.
No, so that right there?
Yep, looks like a cat.
No, that is just my backpack sitting on a couch.
What's the headboard situation like?
It's much better. It's nice and flat. No, nothing crazy.
No appendages.
We'll have to post some content on our social media page of what just give us a little tour, like a MTV Cribs episode of Aaron's Airbnb.
I got you. It'll be on TikTok. I'll put it on TikTok later tonight.
Perfect. Well, let me try and stump you guys here. You guys know this is a Fun and Games Friday show, and we kick things off nowadays with some trivia. Again, this is just like last week's show where I have 2 sets of games. If the first one goes fast, we have our list that you guys will have to guess together. But the first game is guessing the current NFL player by their NFL path. So I'll give you a list of their teams that they have started with and have ended with. They're still in the league,
still active.
You have to tell me who the player is. One of the players, though, and I will specify this when we get to him, one of them is a free agent, but he's still very active. He will eventually be signed by a team, I would assume. But
thanks for giving us the answer.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
Well, no, I don't want another situation where he's not even in the league anymore, and we get into this.
There's a difference between being a free agent and being retired.
That's fair. That is fair. Well, the Kerryon Johnson one, remember we had that back in the day, and that had a big fiasco because he wasn't on a team and this and that. Either way, I'm going to give you a path. You have to tell me the team of the player. It'll be Aaron versus Dylan. Aaron, if you do not get it right, Dylan has a chance to steal. Dylan, same goes for you. I am hoping to stump you guys on all of our trivia tonight. Everybody in the chat, please join along and see if you can beat me as well, or beat the guys and give us your answers and thoughts on the games. Dylan, we're going to start with you here first. Guess this player by their path. And for our audio listeners, I'm not going to leave you hanging. He started off with the Bengals. He then went on to the New England Patriots, and he is currently a Houston Texan. Dylan, who is this player? Started with Cincinnati, took a trip to New England, and is now with the Houston Texans.
I got it. It's Rex Burkhead.
That is correct. It is Rex Burkhead. I had to give you that one to start things off. It is Rex Burkhead. Aaron, you are next. I have a good feeling that we are going to end up using both games tonight because this might go fast. Aaron, your player is this. Started with the Minnesota Vikings, then with the Atlanta Falcons, and is now a Jacksonville Jaguar.
I don't get to know what position he played.
No, I didn't give Dylan the position.
Yeah, but his was easy. I don't know none of these teams. These teams suck. You gave me the worst teams in the league.
I wasn't going to give Dylan a Jaguar one, but I did give him the player that I did shit on him for 2 years ago in fantasy, and then he ended up popping off for 34 points.
Oh, man, I should have asked you what the game was before we started playing. I was going to say Foye Oluokun, but I don't know if he played on Minnesota. Let's go with that.
So, what is your answer?
I was just going to say Foye Oluokun. That's the only one I know that went from Atlanta to Jacksonville this year.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect.
Easy,
Dylan,
boys.
give us the answer.
It's Laquan Treadwell.
That is correct. Dylan has 2 points right now. I have what?
Really? Laquan Treadwell?
He got a ball for Atlanta.
Come on, man.
He played 5 games in Atlanta.
Come on, Georgia boy. He played for the Falcons.
Yeah, he played 5 games in Atlanta, and that actually happened.
Yeah.
And also, you are the king, so I have to try and stump you. Okay, that is my goal, is to stump you guys. So Dylan,
did the man even catch a ball in Atlanta? We have like 4 catches or something.
I'm gonna guess
Possibly.
6.
I don't know. I didn't check the stats.
Let me find it.
Check how many games he did play. No, Dylan, don't go and find it now because I'm giving you the next player and I don't want you cheating. This career path is next. This is going to be a lot here for you, Dylan. Started with the San Francisco 49ers, then took a trip to Seattle. Followed it up by a Chicago trip, Carolina, Atlanta, and is currently a Baltimore Raven.
I got it easily, Mike Davis.
There it is. Wow, Dylan is on fire tonight. He is on fire.
You got a game that Dylan's good at and I'm not. I don't even remember what happened yesterday. I just know I was in that rat shit motel.
Yeah, well,
not no more.
You are now. Well, you actually have lost. Dylan has beaten you in this game. He is up 3.
Who's your daddy?
There's only one more left. There's only one more left. So you've lost.
You don't know how to put together a good game.
Oh wait, no, there's 2 more left. There's 2 more left. I apologize.
Wait.
More left.
So there's 2 more left, and that means you were giving Dylan 3 and me 2 to start.
You have 2. Dylan has 3 because he stole yours.
Yeah, I stole yours.
My point being, this is only my second time going. You have 1 more left, which means that would be Dylan's 3rd. So you didn't even have an equal number going into the game for each of us.
No, because I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure if it was tied that I had a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So if you two ended up tying at 2-2 after my 4th question, I was going to give a toss-up final answer. Hey, just because you lost the game does not mean
I don't care. It just
here.
doesn't make sense. Go ahead, give me my question.
Let's see if you can bounce back and get this one here. This is the player that is currently not on a team. He started with the Pittsburgh Steelers, then went to the Denver Broncos. He was a Chicago Bear for a little bit. He was a Niner, and he was a Buffalo Bill.
What? I am not good at this game.
I will say this. I have a wrong team on here. That Bears should be a Saints. I fucked up.
What?
Oh,
that Bears should be a Saints.
Easy.
Yeah.
It makes it
Steelers, Broncos, Saints, then the Niners, and played last
Go ahead,
season
Dylan. Clean sweep.
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, it's Emmanuel Sanders.
That is correct. It is Emmanuel Sanders.
I thought it was thinking Sanders, and I saw Bears. I was like, ugh.
Last one here, Aaron. I'm going to give you this one. Dylan, we'll pump the brakes on you here, just because you need a point, and I think you can get this one. I think you can get this one.
Probably not.
Started with the Buffalo Bills, then went to the Rams.
He
was a Chief, he was a Raven, and now he is with the Green Bay Packers. This is I'm surprised you don't know these. I feel like you should know these.
Why would I know these?
This is a layup.
I don't care what teams people have been on.
Dylan, finish it off.
I think it's a layup. I don't know if he played for the Rams. This is Sammy Watkins, right?
This is Sammy Watkins. And to answer Bailey's here, I should have given the positions. No, I am no longer making this easy for you guys because there are too many. And I said, you did.
Yeah,
you did. That's why.
Of course, Dylan got them all right because that is a game that is definitely fits Dylan. He likes that kind of shit. He's the only person in the world that knows that Laquan Treadwell played 5 games or 6 games for the Atlanta Falcons.
He did have 6 catches.
Arthur Blank is the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. He doesn't even know he played 6 games.
You don't even need to know that, though. You can see that he's with the Jaguars and see what player with the Jaguars was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, and that's easy. It's Laquan Treadwell.
That's no. That is the stupidest thing I've heard. If you have teams,
what's actually funny about all this?
You can't do that.
What's actually funny about all of this is that I'm doing these and I'm like, man, this is gonna be so easy for them. They're gonna get it, and it was for Dylan, but you had the hardest time with this. So this is new to me, okay? But I'm gonna say,
to be fair,
it reminds me of Papa Shot.
I'm not a guy that likes to make excuses.
Well,
but I will tell you. My brain is not turned on for that right now.
How well do you know the 2021 season? Are you confident in knowing the 2021 season?
Maybe. And I'm in Albany, Georgia. This is a different Aaron Mukes. This is the Mukesiah still might be in Sacramento, but I'll try.
This might be the hardest list that I've ever given.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's do it.
And I apologize for nothing. 7 linemen, offensive and defensive linemen, scored more touchdowns last season than Kenny Golladay. Who are they? 7 linemen scored a touchdown last season. Who are the 7 linemen? You guys can team up on this.
I don't think Kenny Golladay scored a touchdown.
That's why 7 linemen scored more touchdowns than Kenny Golladay last season because he did not score a single touchdown.
Dude, I can't name a lineman that caught a touchdown pass.
Can I I don't know their names, but I know one of them was the Bills.
I was going to
flipped in the air.
I was gonna give you guys the teams, but that is up to you. Do you want the teams?
Well,
you think we know 7 offensive linemen?
So I will say this: 3 of the teams are in the NFC East. One of them was from your Dallas Cowboys, Aaron.
Yeah, I know one of them for sure. It's Terrence Steele, but
that is correct.
I'm trying to think of the other ones.
You guys are a team here, by the way. So
Dylan, let's go.
This is a group effort.
I don't even know 7 linemen.
Because I do know the team. Like I know the Jets.
So the Jets had one. Miami had one. The Giants had one. You already guessed Terrence Steele of the Cowboys. The Eagles have one.
Oh, yeah. I know who the Eagles is. That was Lane Johnson.
That is correct.
I remember that one.
For everyone listening on audio,
I don't know the guy's name with the Jets. It's like he looks like a tight end though.
I'll let you guys go to the chat here.
Dylan, who's the guy that's on the used to play on the Indiana Pacers? What's this? Dougie Buckets. It's something McDermott or something.
Doug McDermott, Connor McDermott.
Yes, I'll give you that. Yeah. It's Connor McDermott.
I knew it was McDermott. I didn't know his first name.
So there is I will say, and I'll give you another hint because this is hard. So there's the Dolphins. You have the Dolphins left, the Giants left, the Lions, and the Colts.
Well,
was the Colts Eric Fisher? I think it was.
It was not Eric Fisher.
No, that's not a guess. I'm talking to him, not you.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry. The Dolphins one. It's not the one that didn't count, right?
Oh my! This chirp is great. This might be Bailey's best chirp in the comments. The Mukesiah. That's actually kind of funny. That is actually kind of funny.
All right, linemen who caught touchdowns in 2021.
I think the Colts one was a backup.
I think
I will say there is a defensive lineman on here. One of them is a defensive lineman.
Oh, the DeMarcus Lawrence?
No, you already got the Cowboys one.
Catch one.
Oh, I thought he. Oh, you mean on offense? I thought you were talking on defense. He scored. I'm sorry.
It has to be reception. It can't be a rush. They didn't throw Poe in the. Wait, Poe's been out of the league for a while. Who's that?
It is
fat dude they
reception.
threw?
It's that Colts guy. I know the Colts one is like a back. I don't know if he starts. I don't think he starts. I think he's a backup.
I'll give you the Colts one because I've never heard of this guy's name. Danny Pinter.
Pinter. Oh,
Pinter. Danny Pinter. So there's 2 left. One from Detroit, or there's 3 left. One from Detroit, Dylan's
Taylor
favorite
Decker?
New York Giant player, and a Miami Dolphins player.
Will Hernandez?
No.
Oh, well,
My
you said
favorite
Dylan's
Giant
favorite New York
player.
Giants player.
Why
You
are you
brought
saying
him
I
up
like Will
multiple times
Hernandez?
on the show.
Oh, is it? Who's the big
Andrew
guy? Oh shit. Who's the big guy, Dylan? The one you don't.
Is it Andrew Thomas? Who's the other one on the other side?
Vinny looks frozen.
The big guy.
What?
Who was
You guys
their
have a
super-
minute left to get.
Well, I don't know who
between
this
two teams.
is. What do you mean
You guys
it's
have
my
a minute
favorite
or-
player on the Giants? I've never mentioned a lineman on the Giants.
You
Will
have
Hernandez.
many of times.
I don't know.
I'm giving you guys till the 18-minute
Okay,
mark.
I know their
And then-
whole line. Shane Lemieux. Who's that other? Oh shoot, who's that old dude that came over there from the Patriots? I think that's the guy. Old dude from the Patriots, left tackle. He doesn't know where people came from. We already learned that.
What's funny is next week's game was going to be named like the offense based off of
Nate
where these
Solder.
players went to college. That is
Nate
incorrect. All right,
Yo,
I'm gonna give it to you.
I don't even know any linemen
I'm
on
gonna
the
give it to you.
Lions. Taylor Decker.
I'm gonna give it to you guys. That it is Taylor Decker, Andrew Thomas.
We said
and
Andrew
Christian-
Thomas.
Not Andrew Thomas, you clown.
I wasn't. No. I wasn't gonna take Andrew Thomas until you actually told me Andrew Thomas as the guest because you guys
We
both.
said Andrew Thomas.
You guys both
Is
were
that
like,
Andrew
"Oh, that's
Thomas?
not my final answer." When I
Oh my God, dude, this guy's the worst.
this is the list here: 7 linemen.
We
Offensive and
literally got
defensive
all of
scored
them
more
except for
touchdowns.
Miami.
Christian Wilkins. No, I gave you Danny Pinter.
I said
Connor
it.
McDermott. No, you did not.
Go check the tape.
I said it before you. I gave it to you before you even said anything.
I will show you the tape after this.
Okay.
I said I
great.
might have said Painter because I said Painter or something like that. And you
Curtis
said
Painter?
his name.
Well, either way, neither of you successfully got the list. Aaron, this was a really tough day for you in the trivia category.
Excuse me, I got
Wait,
like
can
5
we
of those.
You did.
Can
You
we
did
keep
get
playing?
5 of those. We cannot keep playing. We have.
Because
a
I'm
draft.
sorry, I remember. I know what happened last year in football, but I don't remember Laquan Treadwell's sorry ass playing 6 games for the Falcons. What a stupid.
Not last
game.
year. It was 2020, wasn't it? Dumbass.
Whatever he played. That's the thing. Is nobody even remembers him.
I do.
What number was he?
I think he was 18.
Nope. Wrong.
No, he's been like 12 or something, right?
Wrong.
Like 13, 8.
No, wrong. He was number 80. He was
80,
number
oh my.
80. Nobody even knows that. Like, you don't even remember
Looked
that.
him up. He's like, no way he played for the Falcons.
just
No,
thought-
I had to
I
look
just-
him up.
I guess maybe next time I will give you offensive or defensive. Although Dylan killed it, so I'm not going to give him any
Yeah,
layups next
because
time we do this.
that's his game fits him perfectly. Good job, Dylan.
It
Thank you,
does.
sir.
It does. You did say you would kill the jersey number game, so maybe next time I'll throw in the jersey number game for you, Aaron, because you were not a part of the jersey number classic last week. But we have to move on. We have to get into our mock draft. But first, Dylan, take your sip of water and tell the beautiful
Wait a
people at
minute.
home where they can follow us at.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Sac City Pod. Look at Kenny Baby Hands Pickett showing you exactly where all the applications are on the screen. Be sure to check us out at Sac City Pod. Graphics, everything on Facebook, from shows to live shows. Twitter has live shows along with updates throughout NFL reporters, graphics as well. Show clips that have been posted to YouTube, which has everything. Show clips, live shows, all the good stuff. Graphics on IG, those created by Mr. Vincent Milani himself, and TikTok, where the creativity begins. All of those places at Sac City Pod. And as AJ says, might be at a baby shower or somewhere else, but one thing's true: the boys are back in town. Except for Aaron, he's in Albany. What's up, Vinny? You look disappointed.
That might have been the worst social read in Sac City and Rough Cut history. If we were to go back into the vault, I think that might have been the worst social read I have ever heard in my entire life. What's the line in Aaron? Help me out here. What's the line in Billy Madison when he gives the wrong answer, and he's like, "That was so wrong. May God have mercy on us all." He just goes into like that big long spiel. That's what I felt like right here.
Words, but I know what you're talking about.
He's like, "You are so wrong. We are all dumber for hearing what you just said. May God have mercy on us all." Something along those lines. But
that's pretty typical of words that come out of Dylan's mouth. We all do remember the Wednesday show, right?
Oh, that is true. That is true.
Oh,
that
come
is true.
on.
Well, Dylan
Please.
is like, Dylan's not like that roller coaster. He's like, he was up because he did trivia great, and then he really skyrocketed down after that.
Once we start talking about the meaningful stuff, then it goes downhill.
Yeah, let's get into the draft here.
In Christine's class.
We are going to be doing a Dynasty startup draft here tonight on the show. If you're not able to watch us on YouTube, please check it out. If you're listening to us on a podcasting platform, please check it out on YouTube, this episode. But we will keep you guys informed as much as possible. We like to bring in the wheel, the Sac City wheel, to determine where we are going to be drafting from. Dylan, I expect sound effects from you, please, to give us for a wheel spinning. And 3, 2, 1. Whoosh.
Wow.
We are going to be selecting from the first overall pick in our sleeper draft here. 10 teams, PPR, Dynasty startup. We will be claiming the first pick in the draft, starting it up. The way this is going to work, this is one team. We are one team. We are all going to have a turn to pick. We're all going to rotate picks. So, Dylan, you can get the final say on who we take number 1.
Okay.
But we will discuss it on how things are going to go through Dynasty. Now, this is different. I don't have much experience in Dynasty, so this is going to be informative for myself. Dylan, you suck at everything fantasy football, so this is going to be an experience in itself for you. And Aaron is in 755 leagues, and 699 of them are dynasties. So he is going to be able to help us out here. But we are on the clock for the first overall pick. Dylan, where are you? What are you thinking here?
Running back.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor's good, but I don't think you can go wrong there. I like Najee Harris. I like Javonte Williams. I think long-term Javonte is a nice, solid future running back 1. It could be this year. Like I said, he's a top 10 finisher in my book. If you saw my rankings, I think I like Javonte Williams here.
So let me ask a question. So before we take Javonte Williams, if that is going to be our pick, I don't agree with that pick. But Aaron, let me ask you this question here. So Jonathan Taylor I would say Jonathan Taylor might be the consensus 101 in just about in all redraft and dynasty leagues, or roughly. I mean, he's in that conversation for the 101. Yep. But after last season, where he added a lot of miles to the tires, and we know running backs, they don't have a long shelf life. And Jonathan Taylor now has a season in the books of a lot of carries, a lot of work. Do you factor that in when considering this first pick, whether it be Jonathan Taylor or Najee Harris, who hasn't been in the league that much and didn't get an insane amount of work from Pittsburgh last year? Although he did. I mean, he did. But there are reports saying that he might not get the same amount of work this year. So factor that in. What are your thoughts on that thought, though?
I think the biggest thing with Dynasty is tread on the tires, and we talk about it. I'm a huge advocate of not taking running backs, especially with the number 1 overall pick in Dynasty leagues. And it's just a matter of you're usually drafting a guy that's already been good, right? It's either a Christian McCaffrey or it's a Jonathan Taylor who's now been in the league a couple of seasons. And that tread is already on those tires, and there's such a short shelf life that you really don't get the value for the maximum amount of time. If you're going into it with the number 1 overall pick and your strategy is, hey, I'm trying to win right now, I'm going to draft all the players that can win me a championship right now. In a couple of years, I might be messed up. Then sure, go ahead and take a Jonathan Taylor. My personal strategy in Dynasty is I want a good young team that can win for a very long time, and then understand what the quickest turnover rate in the NFL is. It's running backs, right? In 4 years, Jonathan Taylor, guess what? There's going to be a new Jonathan Taylor. In 4 years from now, you might have a Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson in their prime, producing at a high elite level still for 4 or 5 more seasons beyond the first 4 years of their career. So I'm an advocate of receiver here. I would go Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. I lean towards Justin Jefferson solely because of current situation. There's not a whole lot of targets that are going to be taken away from him. He's doing it with a mediocre quarterback at best right now in Kirk Cousins. So that if he gets a better quarterback, he's going to be able to produce still at that level. And Joe Burrow, you still have T. Higgins and some other weapons there. So I lean towards Justin Jefferson.
So what about, so in this case in Dynasty, and again, for those who may be new to Dynasty, it's in redraft leagues, it's almost always you're going to see a running back at the 101. That seems to be the position who's always drafted at the 101. In Dynasty, it may be a little different because of that shelf life of a running back, though. But you brought up Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. What about considering Jamar Chase's quarterback situation, how it's more laid out for the future, rather than you don't know if the replacement quarterback for the Vikings is going to be good enough to keep Justin Jefferson at that top level, but you don't know if Joe Burrow is
going to be in Minnesota.
Exactly. I don't need to know, because I've already watched him produce as one of the best receivers in football with an average quarterback. So anywhere he goes, I feel comfortable that he's going to be able to produce. I would imagine that if he gets to choose his team, he's going to choose a team with the quarterback. Or if they bring in another quarterback, that he's going to at least be adequate enough to get their only target right now. Adam Thielen will be years older, get him the weapons. And I think that his talent supersedes any worry that I have of any kind of quarterback controversy or maybe not having a guy there. Look, if you showed Jamar Chase, I'm not going to argue, but current situation, Jamar Chase does have a lot more to deal with, right? He does have T. Higgins. Yeah. There are Tyler Boyd still there. Those guys are signed to deals. Joe Mixon's there. They like to run the football. So there's a lot more to compete with there. Justin Jefferson is just going to be a fantasy monster. Like, he is going to be the weapon of the Minnesota Vikings on the outside, and I don't think there's a real debate about that.
Okay. So Dylan, you do make the final pick. You originally said you wanted Jonathan Taylor, I believe, here at 101.
No, he said Javonte Williams with his
Javonte Williams.
No, yeah, here's my thought process. Like, obviously, we'll go Justin Jefferson here, but I think I like what you were saying. But the reason I said Javonte Williams was because he doesn't have that workload yet. He's going to get that eventually. That's why I thought, hey, he could be a running back 1 for 3 solid years, because he's going to get some run this year, split a little bit with Melvin Gordon. It'll be his backfield eventually, and he's going to get run. Kind of how Derrick Henry was with DeMarco Murray coming into the league.
Whoa.
What?
I'm sorry. I just saw Breece Hall go at the 2.6, and I'm just like, I get it.
What makes you, because that's a very popular name that a lot of people are investing high in a Breece Hall, who in our mock draft, for those listening at home, Breece Hall went in the middle of the second round. Our first round, our top 5 was us taking Justin Jefferson, followed up by Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Jamar Chase, and Cooper Kupp in the top 5. But then in that middle half of round 2, we see Breece Hall off the board. And Aaron, you feel some type of way about Breece Hall, at least for this season, right?
Well, no, I love Breece Hall. I like the future outlook of Breece Hall. I actually think Breece Hall is going to be very, very productive. You know me, I'm from the show me state. You got to show me that you can be that level before I'm taking a reach on you there. We're talking startup dynasty, and the first guy you take on your roster, or second guy, I should say, on your roster is Breece Hall. Like, you're either saying, you know what, to me, that's a team that's saying, we're going to forfeit winning this season, and we're going to go look to the future. And again, my strategy tends to lean towards draft young, but draft productive, so you can win now and still be able to build. I think that's a little bit early for Breece Hall. I think third round will be a little bit better for him. So I just wouldn't have taken him there.
Okay. So we have back-to-back picks here. Best players available right now, according to Sleeper, is Alvin Kamara, Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs, Patrick Mahomes, and Mark Andrews, which seems odd to me. But if I were, and I'll take the reins here for this pick at least and see what you guys think. If I'm picking here, it would be Stephon Diggs. I know you just brought up the strategy with wide receivers, longer shelf life, and everything like that. But similar to what I brought up with Jamar Chase, you are guaranteed you're going to have Josh Allen for the foreseeable future throwing balls to Stephon Diggs unless he either gets hurt or gets traded or wants out, which I just don't see happening. My pick would be Stephon Diggs here. I know we're on the turn, so we're going to have back-to-back picks here. I would saddle up another wide receiver and have Stephon Diggs be the pick. What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I'm also kind of thinking you got almost 12 running backs, 4, 6, 8, 10 running backs already off the board. And remember, you're going to get 2 picks back to back here, but then you're going to have to wait 19 picks. If it was me, I probably would go along the lines of a Nick Chubb, and maybe I'm insane here, but I might go quarterback here. I might take a Mahomes here. If you do go Diggs, though, I think for sure that 3.1 has to be a running back.
Okay, Dylan.
I was also thinking along the lines of running back, and not because I wanted to the first time, but like Aaron said, look at the run on running back so far. You can get screwed if you don't get one. I know we pick again, so it doesn't really matter. We need 2 here, but I think I'd lean running back too. Chubb, I'm not sure. Like, obviously you're getting a good back there, but he's had some work. He's been injured. I like young backs. Cam Akers coming off of the Achilles that he played a little bit last year. It's a weird backfield. I don't like McVay running the football. Kamara's situation is, I don't know, he might not get anything. I hate Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Keep scrolling. This gets worse, and it starts to reach.
Well, yeah, you're already
Yeah. So let me ask you this question then. Let me ask this question then for everyone here. I mean, this is one of the things that we're trying to do here is if you're watching this and you have a dynasty draft going on, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do in this situation. And if this is what you have, you look at the running backs, and it's a good point. There is a drop off here. Now, there are a lot of, I don't want to say questionable running backs here, but Cam Akers coming off of an injury, Saquon Barkley coming off of an injury, J.K. Dobbins coming off of an injury. I mean, there's a lot of running backs here that if they weren't coming off of an injury, you'd be like, oh, okay, sign me up for a Cam Akers or a J.K. Dobbins or Saquon Barkley, but they're all coming off injury. And
I'd like David Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm not picking David Montgomery in the second round.
Yeah, I don't know if I do that. I think if I were to make this pick, and it is my pick, I will lock on. Ooh, man, what do you think about Nick Chubb here? What do you guys think about Nick Chubb? Is that the running back you would take, or would you?
That's
go
who
for
I would take here.
Okay.
I would take Nick Chubb.
Okay. Now, what would you do? So you would technically have the pick here, Aaron. At the 301. So is this your boy Patrick Mahomes? Is this the slam dunk, send it in Patrick Mahomes?
It's not a slam dunk by any means. It's close because you're getting a guy who you know is young, who's going to be with the Chiefs for a long time. We're talking, 10-year fucking deals and stuff. He's not going anywhere. You know he has Andy Reid in that offense, and he's going to be producing at a high level because they love to throw the football. So the numbers are not going to be a question with Patrick Mahomes. He's solid. The thing you got to start looking at is how does that compare to some of the other quarterbacks that you may not be able to get until maybe the 5th or 6th round? Because what usually happens with quarterbacks, if you're not taking the Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, every time you go to look at a quarterback, what do you say? Oh, well, I can just wait and I can get Dak Prescott instead of Kyler Murray, or Joe Burrow instead of this guy, and you get pushed down further and further.
That's how you end up with Zach Wilson as your quarterback.
And that's how you end up with guys like that, because you're so reluctant to take a quarterback because you know that you're like, oh, there's plenty of quarterbacks. I'm a guy, I like to lock up the top scorer of a team, and that's Patrick Mahomes. He's solid. That's who I would go with there. If somebody went Stephon Diggs instead, I wouldn't be upset, but I would take Patrick Mahomes.
And he went next pick.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs did go next pick. So we took
it probably would have been vice versa.
Yeah. Our team looks like right now Justin Jefferson, Nick Chubb, Patrick Mahomes. Again, this is a dynasty draft for us. For those just tuning in, we're back on the clock. Stephon Diggs followed Patrick Mahomes, Alvin Kamara, Justin Herbert, Mark Andrews after that. We're back on the clock. Dylan, this is your pick here. We've basically got our studs at each at the main positions here. George Kittle is the best available. David Montgomery, Drake London, Travis Etienne. People are very high on. I've seen a lot of people high on Travis Etienne. You laugh at that, but people are
still laughing.
You can pretty high on Travis
like
Etienne.
Darren Sproles, Mr. Doug Peterson.
Okay, so what are
Darren
your thoughts
Sproles
here?
In the 4th round? Hell no. Scroll up.
Hell no. Scroll up.
Dang, you're going fast, man.
You can't read that fast?
Well, if you're going that far down, you already have an issue.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What do you think? So take us through what you're thinking. Like, what are you looking for?
I'm thinking David Montgomery, but I like other names, so scroll down slowly. Not ETN. DJ Moore. Ugh. Pittman is beautiful. I like Pittman. I like Pittman, or I like David Montgomery here.
This might be our first real dispute. I am a no-go on Michael Pittman.
I am a no-go on Michael Pittman. I think David Montgomery is a good pick here. If you go to the running back tab, if you start to look at those running backs, you're going to notice it gets thin. Guys that are older at that point that are kind of, not the lead guys anymore. I think you get David Montgomery. It's a guy that is going to be the bell cow in Chicago. There's nobody that's going to compete with him for carries.
Herbert.
I think it's the time to take a guy that That means you got two guys that are lead backs, and there's no question about them being lead backs, and still both fairly young. Obviously, Montgomery younger than Nick Chubb.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. We'll saddle up with David Montgomery. We're back on the clock. This would be my pick for our squad. We've got Chubb, we've got Montgomery, we got Jefferson, and we got good old Patty Mahomes. Oh man, this is tough for me. Is this where you go for a shot on a rookie like a Drake London? We're seeing a lot of rookies on the best available board here. You got Drake London, Treylon Burks, who could be the number 1 wide receiver in Tennessee, Garrett Wilson in New York, your boy Chris Olave for the Saints.
Yes.
I don't, to be honest, and I might punt this pick and give it to you, Aaron, because I don't know, like what would you are the experienced veteran here in dynasty drafts. What would you take here? What are you looking for with your team looking like this? The board shaking out the way it is. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for best available player with juice. To me, this pick is easy. And
really?
when I'm looking here in the 5th round and I see Mike Evans' name there, you're taking Mike Evans.
Wow. What about the
age? It's not even a debate.
Age a thing?
Why?
Is age a concern?
Has it been a concern the first 8 years of his career?
Well, no. I mean, I'm just saying you do have the option.
So this is the thought process. You guys got to realize this is not a running back. This is a wide receiver. So it's not, he hits 30, he just declines. You can be 33, 34 and still produce in the NFL as a wide receiver. Number 2, what's the position right now where it is easy to find guys that come in every year in the draft? First round picks every year. It's wide receivers, right? We talked about it. 6 wide receivers this year. Everybody in the NFL now is a wide receiver because that's how the game has changed at the high school and college level. There's more talent out there from that position. I think when you get a team like we have, even though there's some young guys there, you're on win now mode. Look at those other teams right now, and you stack our team up against them. You're like, I can win this year, and I still have a future. Justin Jefferson's the cornerstone at the receiver position. Mike Evans is your number 2.
And he's your now. Justin Jefferson's your future. Mike Evans is your now. So we locked up Mike Evans. Drake London followed that. Your boy Travis Etienne after him. George Kittle, Lamar Jackson, the next 5 picks. We're back on the clock here, and we are looking at T.J. Hawkins is the best available, followed up by Garrett Wilson, Chris Godwin, Chris Olave. A lot of young wide receivers here coming up. Dylan, this is I punted my pick, so I guess this would be technically Dylan's pick. But I want to see you guys' thoughts on James Cook, who's down here, the running back position for the Buffalo Bills. The Bills drafted him. We don't know if it's going to be Devin Singletary or not. We have 2 running backs who we know are going to be the guys for their teams, and Nick Chubb and David Montgomery. What are you guys' thoughts on maybe taking a shot on on a rookie running back like James Cook and hoping that he sticks in a very high-powered Buffalo Bills offense?
I like James Cook. Are you asking would I take him here?
Yes. He's not. Negative. He doesn't. He won't come back to us. He will not come back to us.
Yes, he will. He could. He might not. He could. Go to the running backs.
RB.
Oh, there's guys underneath him that. Yeah, I no.
Okay.
I couldn't take Dylan. I feel like that's
Dylan. This is your pick though. Who are you thinking about going here? Oh, you want me to? Oh, actually, here. Let me scroll all the way down, and that's how we'll do this.
Scroll up, kid. Scroll up the other way. Okay. There you go. Not going Hawkinson. Oh, man, this is gonna be a little feisty moment with Aaron. Well, Mondra is very attractive. I like Olave. I love Olave, but Amonra's nice. Detroit gets himself a quarterback. I like what he did last year. The running back versatility a little bit there too. He runs a little bit.
Let me jump in here about Olave because I think something's important that we talk about. I'm not a fan of Olave, and I think he's going to be a bust or whatever that I've said. Don't like the position that he came into with Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry, but I'm seriously worried about Michael Thomas.
He's not ready for camp dang near, they said.
The man hasn't played in a year and some change, and he's not ready for camp. If I'm not mistaken, he hasn't been drafted yet on this list, right?
No, he's not. Michael Thomas.
And we're talking about a top guy when he was playing. I don't know that he comes back and he does anything, but I'll say this. I like Garrett Wilson far more than I like Chris Olave.
I would rather, I think, a few receivers over Chris Olave in this situation, to be honest. And Garrett Wilson's one of them. Mm-hmm. Christian Watson's way down there. I'd take my shot on him eventually. I'd take my shot on him.
That's the only rookie that I've pretty much drafted in every dynasty draft.
Christian Watson?
Yeah, because all the other ones are being drafted way too high. And I think he's walking into the best situation for a positive return. And it might be only for 1 or 2 years, but that way he'll develop under Aaron Rodgers. And then if he develops into a star, you already have a star coming in for the next quarterback, whoever that is.
Are you consider you say that there's people are taking these wide receivers too early? Would you take Christian Watson here?
No.
We have the turn. You think he gets back to us?
If he doesn't, then somebody reached for him, and I would. Good for them if they feel like he's going to break out like that. But that's a hard reach.
Okay. I wouldn't. So Dylan, what's your pick here?
Devontae Smith or Chris Olave. Those are the 2 I'm really looking at.
Then I would go Devontae if that's the one you're choosing.
No shit, and I'd go Olave, and we'll see what happens. Wait, 6th round. This is Madison territory.
I took Olave for you. No, it's not Madison territory. Settle down. I took Olave because we're gonna start moving things along. I am going to take James Cook here. I know we talked about it, and you guys are
ruining our team, Dylan.
Me? Why am I ruining your team? I made one pick. I know.
You said me.
That was one too many. Go ahead.
I have made one pick.
Go.
Pick that line for Moneyball. You're killing this team.
Man. Now I'm not going to take him because you made me panic.
No, you can take.
So who do you go with? Who do you go with?
I told you, you ruined it by the Chris Olave. You should have just took Devontae Smith. He said Devontae Smith. I said Devontae Smith.
I said Chris Olave.
Dylan wanted Chris Olave. You wanted Mike Evans. Dylan did not want Mike Evans. And I split it here. I split it here. Dylan did not look like he wanted Mike Evans.
This is why we can't be a team. It's okay.
Well, we have to start acting like a team, okay? We have to.
So
Sack up, gentlemen.
Go ahead, Vinny. It's your pick. Take who you want.
Who would you take here? If
I'm not going to give my opinion.
Sell me on someone else.
Nope.
Other than James Cook.
Why? Okay, so this is why do I have to sell you on something that's already been sold? This is what happens in Dynasty Draft.
It's not selling me. But it's not selling me for it though. It's talking about it for our audience to be able to. Okay, if they're in the same position and they're staring down James Cook, if someone else is staring down James Cook,
you are staring down James.
No one is looking at James Cook but yourself.
Exactly.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, man. Wow.
I'm on Raw.
Man. Wow.
James,
I don't know.
First of all, James Cook right now let me see. He's the 30th ranked running back, overall number 82 on Fantasy Pros. I'll just give you that. That's in the 9th round. And you want to take him in the 7th. That's 2 rounds earlier than what he's ranked from Fantasy Pros. I just think that's extremely high. And again, this is what happens with all rookies, because everybody wants the, oh my God, what if this is the guy, right? When they have guys that have already produced staring them dead in the face. Like when you look at this roster and you say, am I taking Chris Godwin or am I taking James Cook? How do you justify taking a James Cook over him? Like those kind of things is what boggles my mind in Dynasty, because everybody wants to find the next breakout guy. But those guys aren't just falling off of trees. It's hard.
This could be Trey Sermon all over again.
That's true. That is true. It could be a Trey Sermon.
There's a couple of positions here you can look at. Tight end's big here. You could get a tight end here. But there's a ton of talent at the wide receiver position, and you don't have many running backs here that you're really crazy about. So even though we only have 2, I would probably lean towards taking a tight end or another receiver. If I'm taking a tight end, go to the tight ends, please.
He already selected.
I've already picked Devontae Smith just so we can get the draft rolling here. But the tight ends available to us at this new pick, and Christian Watson did go, and so did James Cook. So those guys do not return to us.
Which is going to happen in any dynasty draft because, again, they're rookies.
Yep. So if you're looking at this, the next best tight ends are Dallas Goedert, Pat Freiermuth, Dawson Knox, Mike Gesicki. But when you look at the best available, they are Freiermuth is not far down in terms of best available. Our list is Sky Moore, Cortland Sutton, Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert, D-Hop, Michael Thomas, Juju. Do you take another shot at another rookie in Sky Moore and hope he's the guy for Kansas City, or do you go for your tight end here?
So it's hard because we have 4 receivers now. Taking another receiver here really does nothing for us except give us added depth. And then we'd have 2 rookies on our roster that we're hoping pan out. Sky Moore would have been the one I would have just waited on and took here instead of Chris Olave. And we could have got a tight end where Devontae Smith was and Devontae where Olave was at. Whatever. Because I do like the connection between a Pat Mahomes and a Sky Moore, that possible connection there. At this point, I think you have to go running back or tight end.
Okay. So when you're looking at, for dynasty purposes, Pat Freiermuth with Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky, Dallas Goedert with Jalen. Okay, so Dallas Goedert, Pat Freiermuth, or Dawson Knox. Dylan, where would you go here?
I like Freiermuth.
Yep, Freiermuth, the tight end I would go if I was taking a tight end here too.
Okay.
Why am I saying the name of the list now?
Pat Freiermuth, the Muth. Okay, so we have a tight end here, and you suggested a running back because we only have 2 at this point. I would assume Miles Sanders is not on your board. So you look at the rest, it's Tony Pollard, Kareem Hunt. Let's see here. Miles Sanders, Tony Pollard.
The Kareem Hunt that people were supposed to draft in the 5th round? No.
This is Dynasty.
Handcuff.
It might be a little different here. Oh, we do have Nick Chubb. But what do you think about a Dameon Pierce here? He seems to be interesting. Oh, do you not like rookies though? What is your?
No, it's not that I don't like rookies. I do like rookies. You have to take them at the right situation. And again, and I'm going to get shit for this because he's been such a letdown, but I'm not taking Dameon Pierce over Miles Sanders. I wouldn't. I know he's been beat up, but I still wouldn't. I don't like Miles Sanders, But at some point in time, players like that, their value just drops to the point where you have to take them. And you're the guy that gets stuck with the guy that's been injured for 5 years. But if you don't take him, that's going to be his breakout year. And then you look like a dumbass because you passed on him in the 8th round or 9th round. I can't see any more of the running backs. Oh, for me, it would be easy here. Why is he going so low? Jesus Christ.
Who?
James.
What's that?
JR.
Michael Carter?
You can't even take him here. I didn't realize he was ranked. So, I mean, somebody might take him.
Who?
James Robinson should not be that low.
Exactly.
Really?
He should not be that low.
Everyone's meat riding at ETN. Sorry. Everyone is going crazy about ETN.
Shouldn't be that low.
So do you see? So hold on. Let me ask you this for people wondering here. Maybe you have this question or run into the situation here. If you're drafting and you do see a player that you like, that you're very high on here, ranked very low, and you see a draft that's kind of shaking out to be them taking roughly the best players available, no one's really digging too deep, do you wait on a James Robinson here? So we're at the 80, we're around the 79 range for best available, and James Robinson on Sleeper is in the hundreds. So early hundreds is 107.
I have my own value of that player. And if that player is a good value at that round, I don't care what Sleeper has him ranked, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So if James Robinson's 150, but in my mind, he's a 9th round talent guy, I'll take him. I don't care.
Okay.
Now, will I try to squeeze some extra value out if I feel like he's not going to go? Yeah, but if you do that, somebody else might have that same thought process and take him, and then you're like, damn it, I should have just took him when I wanted him. So it's tough, but when you're looking at our roster right now, the only other thing you could do is keep loading up on receivers until you get to a running back that you really like, but then you might miss out on all of them. So I think you need a running back here. I think it's James Robinson or Miles Sanders if you're taking the value.
Okay. So we'll load up with James Robinson here. Miles Sanders did follow him up. Cortland Sutton and Juju Smith-Schuster. Cortland Sutton with a new quarterback and Russell Wilson. A lot of people high on that, but he goes in the 9th round. We are back on the clock here. And Dallas Goedert's still there. So we Trey Lance, Michael Carter, Chase Claypool. Oh wait, no! George Pickens went. There was no way if George Pickens was here, I was not going to take him because he's my boy. But that's so dumb. Now
this pick
is easy. What you say about George Pickens there, Georgia boy?
This pick is easy to me, but I'll let you guys talk it out. It's Gabe Davis, and it's not close.
Whoa! I thought it was Claypool.
Hell no.
Oh no, I'm done on Clay. I'm not saying I shouldn't be Dylan and say I'm done on Claypool.
There is no player that is being undervalued right now more than Gabe Davis. This is Stephon Diggs of 2 years ago, whenever with that Minnesota or that Buffalo year, that first year in Buffalo when he was going in the 5th and 6th round and he should have been a top 2 round guy. Gabe Davis has led the NFL in red zone targets for the past 2 seasons. He's only played about 50% of the snaps. This is his first time he's going to be a full-time starter with Josh Allen at quarterback. He is my steal in every draft, redraft, dynasty. If you can get him in the 10th round, you are winning.
Okay. Dylan, what do you so I'm taking Gabe Davis just for timing purposes. Dylan, who do you want here?
What are we looking at? We're looking at another running back potentially. What are you looking here, Aaron? Running back?
Running back, probably. We only got 3.
Freaking Pierce went. That kind of makes me upset. But keep scrolling to the top.
I thought he was going to come back to us. I was like, man, we might get Pierce and Gabe Davis here. That'd be nice.
You could go to the top of the page. The top of the page, Vinny. Thank you. Keep going. Down.
Oh my goodness, you are the worst.
Who's Rashad White play for? Is that kid out of the Bucks?
That's a sneaky good pick.
I like it.
If he's there.
You know who I've been thinking about, and I drafted this in my brother's Dynasty League team, is Amir White, the running back out of Georgia who now is in Las Vegas. You might not see much of him this year. He might be a patience type of running back, but don't forget, the Raiders did not pick up Josh Jacobs' 5th-year option. They have Kenyon Drake there for, I believe, another year, and I think Zamir White could end up being the RB1 in Las Vegas on a very good offense in a year's time. So that's someone I have been taking late in drafts.
You're scrolling too far down for my liking.
Okay.
Yeah, we're way
Maybe when he comes back to us, Vinny.
way down.
Okay, so where would you like to go, Dylan? This is your pick.
Rashad
You
White.
want to make it?
I said Rashad
Great.
White hours ago before you went on your spiel.
Great. Rashad White is on our squad. We're quickly we're gonna round out our draft here. We're gonna start speeding things up. I just want to remind everybody watching. No one's watching actually right now.
How do you know no one's watching? This is gonna be good.
All right,
No one's watching.
Dylan, your boy Alexander Madison is on the board here.
Yeah.
And Rashad Penny just went. No. Emma.
Did you want Rashad Penny?
I thought he showed enough last year.
You love Rashad Penny.
See, this is where I like to get just a little strategy. This is where I like to get possible sleepers, rookies, like in these rounds, because you're getting the rookies that people aren't really now excited about. Now people are going after the guys that are already in the league. I think there's some good players. I don't know why you drafted him, but I got like good players here, like David Bell would have been a good player to pick there. You moving so fast. John Mechie's a good
Mechie. I love me some John Mechie.
Shut up. And then you guys are just killing me. And then you could even go with guys, you could even go with more solid guys that they could fill in just on your bye weeks and stuff. Alan Lazard would have been a nice pick there. Robert Woods could have been a good pick there. Just guys that could produce this year that at the end of the season, you're not worried about if they're young or whatever, they can just go and play elsewhere.
I'm not taking a kick. I'm not taking a kicker, so we can forget about taking a kicker here, just for draft purposes. Okay, so we have 2 picks left in the draft. So our team right now is Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback, Nick Chubb, David Montgomery, Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, Pat Freiermuth, James Robinson, Gabe Davis, Rashad White, Zamir White, big white guys, John Mechie, and we have 2 picks remaining. Aaron, you brought up Alan Lazard. You want to take a shot on Alan Lazard here? Is this a perfect spot for him?
Absolutely. Alan Lazard's a great pick.
It's a phenomenal value.
So let me ask you guys about this player in dynasty leagues, because I had a question about him in deep dynasty leagues, lots of bench spots, things like that. What do you think about Calvin Ridley? Obviously suspended for the year, but it's a dynasty league, so you have to think in the future. What's your outlook on a Calvin Ridley, Aaron?
He hasn't played football. He's going to miss a year. Hasn't played football, and he's not saying he's old or anything, but he's not like he's 23 and didn't play for a year. He's 20. I think he's going to be 29 by the time he gets back, or 30 by the time he gets back. That's a long time not to play, and then come back and still have some dynasty value left. Who knows where he ends up, even if he's got to earn a job. I don't love it.
I wouldn't bet on Ridley.
And I would never stash a player like that.
Okay. So where do you go here? Your boy Jalen Tolbert's here. Wandale Robinson.
Ooh.
I do like a Jalen Tolbert there, but I'm going to give you a sleeper running back here that might not be very exciting. Go back up.
Ontario Hardesty.
Tyrion Davis-Price.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Is this KC?
Oh,
no. He's on the 49ers.
San Francisco.
He's on the 49ers. They're going to Trey Lance, who is more of a read option type of quarterback. Tyrion Davis-Price has been in that type of offense. Elijah Mitchell's more of a one-cut downhill type running back. They've had injuries in the past. Tyrion Davis-Price is going to get some work. I like that as a sleeper.
Okay. All right. That'll round out our draft. That'll round out our draft then. Our team in our first.
We're the only team that didn't take a defense.
No, I'm not doing that. We're not taking it. We're not going to do that nonsense. But our team looks like this: Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, David Montgomery, Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, Pat Freiermuth, Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, J-Rob, Gabe Davis, Rashad White, Zamir White. We're big white guys. John Mechie, Alan Lazard, and your boy Davis-Price. There it is. Fisher Price. There it is. Right on the dot. This show went beautifully. We'll be back again live on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, bringing you more fantasy content to help you win and prepare you to win your fantasy leagues here. More Dynasty talk, more redraft talk, and so much more on Monday's show. Dylan, redemption.
Hello, everybody. Dylan Kearns here of the Sac City Podcast, and you can follow us at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at Sac City Pod. You can just type in Sac City Podcast on YouTube, and it'll even pop up with all of our videos, which are live shows, which probably could have rewinded and watched when Vinny said the thing about nobody. But, we got good clips on there as well. Segments all clipped out, ready to go, short little things. And be sure to check out the live shows if you are just watching this recording right now. But be sure to check us out on all those social media platforms at Sac City Pod. The boys are back in town. Sac City Pod, baby!
That wasn't any better. Hopefully you figure it out on Monday. We'll be back live 8 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. For my best friend Aaron Mukes and for the real rough, smoothest voice in sportscasting, Dylan Kearns, I am me. We will see you Monday.
Peace out.
Bye.